Hey everyone. It's cold. Today I finally wanted to have that conversation that I've been thinking about and mulling over in my head. Has a lot to do with how things actually manifest, at least in my opinion, and how I've seen them happen in my own life. And the most difficult part of making things happen or taking on major life changes or shifts, I find that the biggest challenge is mindset. Is when you've been used to something for so long, like, or if you were always living paycheck to paycheck, and you're used to looking for deals or buying the cheapest, or you have ways of doing things that are ingrained that at a certain point become subconscious and you don't even realize. Like, perhaps somebody has been very overweight for many, many years. If they were to lose that weight immediately, usually they don't keep it off. And the main reason for that is because there wasn't the time or the process to go through in order to adapt to those new ways of eating or new ways of even viewing food. Even sometimes food is not just, like most times food is not just to survive, but it's actually an emotional response. I'm definitely no pro on this, but I do observe a lot what goes on in my own life. And so where money is concerned, I look back maybe 10 years ago, or 5 years ago, or when I used to make a certain amount of money a month, and how my business has evolved over years, and how that mind shift has had a lot to do with it. Because what am I trying to say? Sorry, I want to get to the point a little bit quicker, but it's not working this way. Once I'm in that flow of making higher money every month, it's not so much about what I'm doing as it is about who I'm being and the energy that I'm putting off. And when you feel comfortable in that, it's like if I went from making a minor paycheck to all of a sudden winning the lottery and being a millionaire, I wouldn't have the millionaire mindset onto how to manage that money or how to live that lifestyle without completely going overboard and possibly losing everything that I did. And I've seen this in my own life. I've seen that, sometimes I actually, started having those 10,000 euro months that I was always dreaming about, and when I used to do vision boards and used to do the whole thing and affirmations, and it never actually happened until I shifted into that person who's making that type of money and how, and started to have those views. And when that shift started happening, that's when the actual manifestation took place. And it didn't have very much to do, it had something to do with how I was doing my job, but how I was doing my job came from who I was being, came from who I felt I was. I was already that richer person. I was already that freer person. I was already that person that was comfortable enough to say no to things because I knew what I wanted to do. I was clear in the types of people I wanted to serve. I was clear in the types of customers that I wanted to work with. And that made the difference in my business. And that made the difference in me. But the difference in me was the beginning. So that's kind of where I'm at with manifestation. I don't think you hope and pray and wish for something and then it just, it might come about, but that lasting change to be in that is not necessarily automatically written in stone. That's why sometimes it takes longer. I don't think it has to take longer, but I think in our minds we think that that big changes take time. And so having that mindset that big changes take time, we need to prove it in reality that over a certain amount of time we actually shift. I hope that made sense. I know what I wanted to say. I don't know if I actually was able to convey that to someone else. I'd love to hear what you guys think, and if you've had some major mindset changes, or major shifts in your life that you've that you've come to adapt, or anyway, whatever. Sorry, maybe perhaps I'm driving, so I'm also thinking about driving and not necessarily only on my conversation. Hope to hear from you. Have a great day. Bye.